Hi guys! I'm back with a new video. On Instagram, I put a poll on my story of what people wanted to see for my next video, and the majority was best and worst books of 2022. And I've got a lot of them. Let's just get into the video. I'm gonna start with the best books that I read in 2022. 2022 is the year that I actually just started reading and was really getting into reading. Pretty much read all of the popular Book Talk and BookTube books that everyone recommends, which I'm not complaining because a lot of my favorites are those type of books. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the most recent one that I read, which is Evidence of the Affair by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I haven't read any of her books. I randomly found the audiobook to this on Amazon for free, so I was like, okay, why not? It was like 2 hours long or 3, I forget. It was really short. I don't know why, but I really thought I wasn't going to like any of her books. I was scared to read some of them. So I thought this was an easy, dip my toe in the water type of book. I gave it 5 stars. I loved how fast-paced the book was. I needed to know what was happening towards the end. I was hooked, I was drawn in. She made me feel so connected to the characters in such a little amount of time. This was definitely a top 5. I definitely want to read more of her books. The next is a series that I loved, which was Heartstoppers. It was so freaking cute. I read all of the comics or books literally in a night. I stayed up all night and read all of them. I read them online though, so I don't have the physical copies, but I really want them because they're so cute. I want to reread them. I feel I read them so fast because I read them in a night that I didn't take time to let each one soak into my brain. So I need to reread it. Next is a book that I don't hear anyone ever talking about this author, maybe once or twice in a YouTube video, but that is Mary Kay Andrews. I am obsessed with her. I've only read 2 books though, okay? So I can't say that all of her books are good because they are so long. I only read them every once in a while, and I like to read them in the summer because all of her books are so summery and ugh, I just love it. I love it. But this one is The Newcomer. It's about a girl named Letty, and she finds out that her sister is essentially murdered. She doesn't know who did it, but her sister has a daughter, and her sister leaves a letter saying take care of the daughter and take her to this spot down by the beach, protect her, because you literally can't trust anybody. She takes her niece and she flees. The police think that she might be involved. There's also an ex-husband that could be involved, and the sister's kind of in shady stuff. I just love how it's always a murder mystery, but there's a little bit of romance. You want to know about the love story, but also the murder is just really keeping you involved. The other one I read was Hello Summer, and I definitely recommend that one too. Another summery book I have is Hook, Line, and Sinker. I saw that a lot of people didn't love this book, and I just can't relate. Honestly, I did not like the first one of this, or Happened One Summer. I liked it, okay? I thought this one was better. Okay, I did really love this book, and I love Fox, but Hannah did drive me insane. I was not a fan of Hannah. She kept just being what was me? I'm not the main character. Literally, nobody cares. You don't have to be a main character. You can be a side character and it's fine. But I love Fox. I did the relationship and how he bought records just to remind himself of her. It was cute. The next is another series, Dreamland Billionaires series. After reading these, I have come to realize I have a thing for billionaires. I know money isn't everything, but yes it is. I love grumpy billionaire men. I have other series talking about billionaire grumpy men. There's just something about them that I just love. Oh, the covers are just so freaking gorgeous. Loved the relationships between them. And I also love Iris's name. I think that's so pretty. This one is forced proximity, forced relation, fake dating. I love a good fake dating. Okay, the next is Love on the Brain. I just finished this in December, so this one's a little bit fresher. I loved The Love Hypothesis so freaking much. If anyone actually knows me in real life, they know that I am obsessed with Kylo Ren, and if you guys know, these characters, these men are loosely based off of Kylo Ren, so I just picture Adam Driver the entire time and I'm happy. I loved B. I love these strong, independent, smart women. I love a smart woman because I could never. I like to live through them, you know? Levi is definitely one of my favorite book boyfriends. I loved he thinks she's married, and I love that he's had a crush on her forever and she's just I didn't know. girl, how did you not know? Speaking of Ali Hazelwood, I also listened to all of her audiobooks. I think it's called Love Theoretically. I don't know, I could be wrong. Listen to all of those. I think I gave them all like 4 stars, which like I'm just gonna mush them all as like one book since that's how they were published. And they were great. They were smutty, easy to listen to, easy to like knock a book out in like a couple of hours, which I freaking love doing. We love that. This isn't the first one. This is the only one that I actually own. And I just finished this one recently. But the Priest series is one of my favorite series. The covers are gorgeous. The men are gorgeous. Also grumpy billionaires. A priest that is contemplating whether or not to leave the church for a woman he just met, who is a stripper. And Sinner is brother's best friend's sister, and she is becoming a nun and he's falling in love with her. He's like, no, don't become a nun. Saint is brother's best friend. It is a male-male relationship. And I loved this one. This one was my absolute favorite. Please listen to the audiobooks by Jacob Morgan. They make the books 10 times better. I feel like everyone will already know. Off campus. Also some Briar U ones. I haven't finished the Briar U, but these are top 3 favorite series. I love every single character. I don't think I hated any of these books. I think the lowest I rated was a 3. My favorites are definitely The Deal and The Score, because I love Garrett and I love Dean, and Tucker was cute too. So The Risk is really good. I love Elle Kennedy and I freaking love this series, and I don't think I need to explain it to anyone because I'm sure most of you have read these books. I just love a college romance for some reason. They get me every time. The last best series of 2022 that I read is a Selection series. I didn't love her daughter's books, whatever. They were good, okay? And did I eat them up? Yes. These were better. I'm really contemplating whether or not to read these again this year. I also randomly just found these 2 at the thrift store and I was like, oh, those are familiar. I'm gonna pick them up because this is when I was like getting right back into reading. I just randomly bought them. I was freaking hooked. I ate the shit up so fast. This is just a super freaking cute cup that I got from my friend. Her shop is Bookmarked if you want to check her out. She also has really cute bookmarks. They are so cute. Look up Bookmarked. I will put her shop down below. Now it's time to be mean. And I don't want to be mean, but I'm gonna. I don't own any of these books. These are all Kindle books, thank God. First is The Dare. If you know, you know. And I feel like I'm not gonna explain it a lot here. What was the plot? There was none. It was spicy. It was fun, but that was it. I gave it 2 stars. The next one though, the book is That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. It is a spicy romance and I am sad that I didn't like it because it was being hyped up so much as like a cozy, like fun fantasy smutty read, and I was like, okay, I love fantasy and I love smut, so like, and I just hated it. Okay, I gave it 2 stars, so I didn't absolutely hate it because the smut was good and most of it was all right, and I was really sad too. I don't know, I really wanted to like this one. There was a point in time last year where I got into like horror, freaky, absurd book. The first one was Tampa, and I'm not even gonna put the picture up because it grosses me out. It's subtle, but like if you know what the book is about, it's so freaking gross. Like, I don't get how it was recommended all over TikTok. Like, it's not horror, it's just nasty. I didn't even give it a rating. I was like, I physically can't rate this because I am so disgusted. Please don't read it. It's gross and I'm sad I had to suffer through it. So then after that terrible mess, I was like, okay, let me try again. Let's pick out another horror one. Things have gotten worse since we last spoke. Why? I think I've come to realize that horror is just like not my thing. This book was so freaking weird and it gave me a panic attack. Like it was so much. It's not what I thought it was about and I don't recommend it. I gave it 1 star. And then that's when I stopped reading those kinds of books because I've come to realize that I hate them and I probably will hate all of the ones that I read, so why am I torturing myself and trying to find something new? I'll just stick to my fantasy and my YA and my romance. Thank you. Next is The Roommate. I was so freaking excited to read this book. I thought it was gonna be amazing. I loved the concept. I loved like the very beginning of it. I rushed through it just to get it over with. I was like so sick and tired of the characters. I don't even remember their names, honestly. I didn't hate the guy. The girl pissed me off the entire time. She was just like, oh, what's my family gonna think? Oh, my family's gonna hate me. I was like, I don't care. You're literally on the other side of the country. Why do you care about what your family is thinking? I think I'm just upset because I thought this was gonna be a 5-star read. And then the last two are really short audiobooks that I pretty much just read to finish my Goodreads goal this year. And the first one is The Influencer. I don't feel bad by saying what the is wrong with you for writing that. It is literally like the Gabby Petito case. If you know what that is, you'll know it's a really tragic story. It was pretty much glamorized by people on TikTok and people just like took it too far. The only thing that was different with this story is that there was like a stalker. Everything else was just about the case. I gave it 1 star. It wasn't original and you're just making money off of a dead girl. It made me mad. It sucked. Sorry. And then the last one is If the Fates Allow by Rainbow Rowell. I give it 2 stars. Honestly, I'm just being harsh. I never read Fangirl. I don't even know if this had anything to do with it. It says Fangirl 1.5, but it didn't make it seem like I needed to know characters beforehand. Like, it was about COVID. I don't want to read about COVID. I lived through it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry, this is a spoiler. But the main characters kiss and then like they wait a whole nother year until Christmas again to be like, oh wait, actually I love you. Oh, I love you too. What? You haven't seen each other in a whole year and you still have those feelings? Is that not weird? Is that just me? That's it. Thank you guys for listening to me rant essentially about shit books. And good ones. We had good ones. And I hope that you guys read some of the books that I recommended. And if you read any of the ones that I didn't recommend and I said were absolutely terrible, let me know what you guys think of those books because I'm interested. Or you could comment below and let me know what was your favorite and worst book of 2022. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!